One very lucky fortune cookie changed the course of lottery history. In 2003, 110 tickets matched the winning numbers to win the second largest Powerball prize division. Normally, the number of winners in a Powerball draw ranges from 0 to 4, so the organizers suspected fraud in this case. What they discovered was far more intriguing than a case of lottery tampering. A lucky fortune cookie was making the rounds in Chinese restaurants across the country, and people were playing the cookie's lucky numbers. Because they chose the power play, 89 ticket holders won $100,000 and 21 won $500,000, and their winnings were multiplied. A valuable lesson learned: cookies are good for you. 1. From winner to robber. James Hayes. When James Hayes won $19 million playing California's Super Lotto game in 1998, he was working as an overnight security guard. But he quickly went from winner to loser. His ex-wife allegedly took half the jackpot money, and Hayes developed a $1,000 a week heroin habit. Authorities claim he resorted to robbing banks in order to maintain his lifestyle. Because of his car and gray hair, he was dubbed the PT Cruiser Bandit and the Seasoned Bandit by the FBI. Hayes pleaded guilty to bank robbery in 2018 and received a 33-month prison sentence. 2. Hitman for hire. William Bud Post III. William Bud Post III struggled financially, working odd jobs and serving time in prison for writing bad checks. He thought his problems were solved when he won $16.2 million in the Pennsylvania lottery in 1988, but he quickly became in debt. He attempted to assist his siblings in opening a restaurant and a used car dealership. Post bought a plane despite not having a pilot's license, and a mansion. His ex-girlfriend and his landlord sued him for a third of his winnings. When he failed to pay, a judge ordered that his assets be frozen. His relationships with his family deteriorated, and one of his brothers attempted to hire a hitman to murder him. Post was forced to sell everything and return to prison for shooting at a repo man who attempted to take his car away. He eventually died at the age of 66 after living solely on Social Security disability payments. 3. The wrong numbers. Alex Toth. Alex Toth won $13 million from the Florida lottery in 1990 and chose to take the money in installments, which resulted in annual payouts of $666,666. Perhaps he should have interpreted that as a bad omen. He and his wife Rhoda led lavish lives, traveling extensively and meeting celebrities such as Oprah Winfrey and Donald Trump. Toth, on the other hand, lost a lot of money gambling. He also never hired an accountant to properly file his taxes, and the couple was charged with tax evasion. Alex Toth died of a heart attack in 2008, just before the case was to go to trial. 4. A hard lesson in sharing: don't hide money from your spouse. Thomas and Denise Rossi. Thomas and Denise Rossi had been married for 25 years and had shared everything, including their electric toothbrush. Denise Rossi, on the other hand, did not tell her husband about her $1.3 million lottery win in 1996 and promptly filed for divorce. She had been unhappy for years, and she thought she'd found her way out of the marriage. A family court judge, however, ruled that concealing the lottery prize violated asset disclosure laws that apply in divorce cases. As a result, the judge awarded the husband the entire $1.3 million in winnings. 5. From ex-con to ex-millionaire. David Edwards. In 2001, ex-convict David Edwards was 46 years old, unemployed, and living with his parents when he purchased one of 4 winning tickets in a $280 million Powerball jackpot. He accepted the money in the form of a lump sum of $41 million, $27 million after taxes. Edwards purchased cars, 200 collectible swords, and homes in Florida and California, among other things. He estimated spending $12 million in the first year alone. According to media reports, Edwards and his wife became heavy drug users. He became so ill as a result of his addiction that he had to enter hospice care in Kentucky, where he died penniless. 6. Man comes back from the dead to win scratch lottery twice. Bill Morgan. Bill Morgan, an Australian truck driver, died of a heart attack in the late 1990s after being crushed in an accident. He had been clinically dead for 14 minutes, a time span from which most people rarely recover without significant neurological or brain damage. He, on the other hand, refused to be a statistic and awoke from a medically induced coma after 12 days with all of his faculties intact. Not long after this bizarre series of events, Bill Morgan decided to buy a scratch-off ticket at a lottery stall and ended up winning a $17,000 car. When a local TV station asked Morin to reenact the win for a story, he scratched off a ticket that won him another $170,000. We doubt that even a psychic could have predicted such a victory. Some have encouraged him to try his luck a third time, but Bill has so far declined. 7. Strip club robbery. Jake Whittaker. 2002 was a particularly bad year for lottery winners to make catastrophic mistakes with their winnings. Jake Whittaker of West Virginia won $315 in the Powerball lottery, and in a similar destructive manner to Carroll's demolition derbies in the United Kingdom, Whittaker spent much of his money at strip clubs. Whittaker was already a wealthy man before winning the lottery, and while it's not uncommon for the wealthy to spend large sums of money at strip clubs, Whittaker was having an especially frivolous time with the strippers, which proved to be a risky mistake on his part. Whittaker was at a West Virginia strip club carrying a suitcase containing $545,000 because he could about a year after winning the Powerball. Whittaker made the mistake of leaving the suitcase of cash in his car, and thieves broke in to steal it. In a similar case, the managers of a strip club were charged with attempting to drug Whittaker and steal his money from his suitcase. 8. Uncontrollable debt. Suzanne Mullins. When she won $4.2 million in the lottery in 1993, she planned to split the 20 annual payments of $47,800 with her husband and daughter, and she chose yearly payouts over a single lump sum. She was heavily in debt after using her future payouts as collateral for a $200,000 loan within 5 years. Mullins converted her winnings into a one-time payment, but because she never repaid her debts, the lending firm filed a lawsuit and received a $154,000 judgment as compensation. Mullins has no money, according to court documents, and the debt collection company has been unable to collect any of the payments. She claimed that she was in debt as a result of her uninsured son-in-law's lengthy illness, which necessitated surgery. 9. The generous lottery winner. Janite Lee. Janite Lee, 52, immediately began spending after winning a record $80 million payout from the Missouri Lottery in 1993. She was extremely generous, donating large sums of money to various educational programs, community services, and political organizations. She gave $1 million to Washington University in addition to multiple million-dollar homes and cars. She used her money to meet influential people such as Bill Clinton, Al Gore, and even South Korea's president. Extreme philanthropy and gambling appear to have gotten the better of her finances, with millions owed in bank loans and credit card debts the final chapter of her story. 10. The man who played Santa. Billie Bob Harrell Jr. Billie Bob Harrell Jr. quit his job, flew to Hawaii with his family, paid bills, bought new homes and cars for those close to him, and donated nearly 500 turkeys to feed the poor after winning a $31 million Texas lottery jackpot in 1997. According to his mother, he played Santa Claus. However, his frivolous spending attracted strangers looking for handouts, and Harrell had to change his phone number several times. He and his wife divorced, which may have been too much for Harrell to bear. Harrell was found dead by his son less than 2 years after winning the money. He had apparently committed suicide. There are far too many cautionary tales of people who became wealthy overnight but didn't know how to invest wisely, only to see their fortunes vanish almost as quickly. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.